Hi, Wilder.
Hi.
So I want to know, when did you actually start cooking? Like seriously cooking?
Well, I cooked my whole life, and I think that COVID must have been when I really got serious about it. We had nothing to do, and I had a captive audience, so I started keto-fying my favorite recipes, and my kids and my husband had to eat it because there was nowhere else to go. It's not like they could go out for lunch, so.
No,
yeah.
It's so true. Did you have someone teach you, or did you just kind of figure it out by experimenting?
My mother sent me to a cooking class over the summer at night, not like a night school, and I took French cooking. Not sure why. We should have started with knife skills, but anyway. So I started then. My mother felt it was very important for the kids to know how to cook, and she had been taught by her nanny, and the nanny then became the housekeeper years later, and she taught my brother and I our first recipe.
Which was what?
It was breaded chicken with mushrooms sauteed in butter on a bed of wilted spinach.
Sounds delicious. Can you keto-fy that?
Oh, yes, I can, definitely.
Would you say you were always into food, like a foodie, or did this happen later?
As a child, I only liked peanut butter and jelly and spaghetti. My mother was very unhappy with me. I would never eat any of the dinners. Somehow managed to get them into my napkin while no one was looking and throw them away. So
Give it to the dog under the table?
Exactly. So no, I didn't like what my mother was making, and I wanted something different. So I think in part that is why I do cook, because I wanted what I wanted, not what somebody else was going to tell me to eat.
When did keto come into the picture, and was it hard at first?
Well, after an entire childhood of nothing but peanut butter and jelly and spaghetti, my mother put me on a diet, and it was an Atkins diet, which is also keto in its own way. So whenever I needed to lose weight, I reverted back to Atkins to help get the weight off quickly.
So I know the basis of Atkins, much of it is like a ketogenic diet, but can you tell us a little more about what is keto? What is ketogenic? What does that mean? What does it entail? What does it help with and benefit, and like what are the good results from it?
Well, in the early 1900s, there was a Dr. Wilder, believe it or not, who developed the ketogenic diet for people who had epilepsy, and it was very successful. Then, of course, drug manufacturers made medication, and people decided it was easier to take a pill than to live this way with restrictions. But in my journey, I found out that a ketogenic diet can help with Alzheimer's. And since everyone in my family has gotten Alzheimer's, I'm the only one who's totally keto. So I'm hoping it will prevent me from going down the same path.
So like in addition to the health benefits of, weight loss and or weight maintenance, you're saying there's like a brain benefit?
Yes, there is. And isn't that cool? Because our food is our medicine, and if we eat properly, eat well, we can nourish ourselves and keep ourselves healthy.
No, it's amazing. It's part of, a clean, healthy lifestyle that so many subscribe to today, and with a focus on preventing disease.
Yeah, exactly. And you don't need to take a handful of pills to achieve that goal. You just need to eat clean, real food that has not been made with dyes and sugars and all sorts of crazy stuff.
And maybe the attention to the levels of healthy fats and lower carbohydrates, and that sort of combination is what you're saying is what makes a ketogenic diet so special and unique and brain healthy.
Yeah, Exactly. And have you ever been on a diet where all you could eat was lettuce? I mean, are you starving all day long and miserable?
Right.
Well, there's no fat. Everyone was saying no fat, no fat. Well, the fat is what keeps you feeling full and not cranky. So the fat keeps you full. You can stay on the diet, and it's also benefiting your brain. And for people with seizures, it helps that too. So.
No, it's so good to know. And if anyone, is keto interested, it's definitely worth looking into. So it's kind of like you're saying the old adage, you are what you eat.
Exactly. If you eat healthy and clean, I mean, this is the way we ate most of our lives.
Or even generations past.
Before there was breakfast cereal and donuts and processed foods, people ate eggs for breakfast. And they probably had flapjacks or even bread, but the wheat was totally different than what we get now. And so what we're eating now is just not good for us, is causing us to be sick. I decided it was easier to just circumnavigate all those things that have those icky ingredients that will make you sick, make you feel bloated, make you feel tired.
Put on weight.
And if you don't get your inflammation under control, you're gonna have a hard time in life.
No, it's so interesting. And seeing you cook in a way that's very diligent to the keto diet, would you say that it's hard or easy, or what advice do you have maybe for someone that's interested in starting to cook this way, but it seems intimidating?
I think what people might find hard is going back to what they used to do. Everything in flour, everything with breads. You need to find alternatives to the way you used to eat. That doesn't mean it has to be tasteless or unexciting. I mean, I think it's exciting. It's fun and different. Find the things that you like that are keto and put those in your lifestyle and make different things out of them so that you don't feel like you're missing out.
Do you give everyone a recipe and all the information about what you're making here on YouTube and on Instagram?
Yeah, I cook it, I give the directions, and also if you're watching the video, you can sort of see what I'm doing. And I try and give the macros so you know approximately how close you are, and portion size, because we're all used to eating enormous plates full of food, and we don't need that. That's the amazing thing, is with all the fat, it makes you not that hungry. You can eat a lot less. 2 eggs is normal.
And satisfying.
You don't need a dozen eggs and pancakes and waffles.
Pound of pasta.
Yeah, exactly. You just don't need all that food.
On the funnier side or the lighter side, can you tell us about one kitchen disaster that still makes you laugh? Ever had one?
Oh, yes. Actually, I had just gotten married and was cooking my first Thanksgiving dinner. And I had about 18 people coming, so I bought a turkey that was appropriate to feed all these people. Well, it didn't fit in my oven, so
no.
I thankfully had a friend down the block who allowed me to use her oven, but I was running back and forth between 2 houses, basting and checking, and yeah, who knew?
Turkeys can get big, I guess.
Yes, and ovens can be small.
True.
Who knew that?
Well, speaking of appliances, if your fridge could talk, what would it say about you?
I like to be pretty organized, put everything in glass, pre-wash all my vegetables, and then dry them and put them in glass containers so that they last longer. But it might also say, clean me. It can get a little crammed in there, when you're cooking several days a week and not everyone is home, and so the food
eat the leftovers.
Yeah, the food kind of piles up. So I sort of like, hey, would you like to take this with you when you've come to visit? So
that's a nice benefit for someone visiting.
It is, yes.
Do you play music while you cook? And what songs or vibes usually playing?
Yeah, we have a playlist that we started making for a friend's birthday, and we just kept adding to it. So it's got everything from the 60s to today, you know, even like Frank Sinatra and
All different sounds.
all different, but feel good, happy, bouncy.
Gets you in the cooking mood?
Yeah, it's hard because I would like to actually be singing most of the time, and I can't sing, so.
Well, if you weren't singing or cooking or filming, what would you be doing right now?
Probably reading, playing with my
I see you
dogs.
have your 4 doggies
Yes.
here. How many can you spot? 1, 2, 3, 4. Playing with your girls?
Playing with my girls, watching TV or movies, which I really love, and you know, that sort of.
Oh, it sounds fun. What would you say is the best part about sharing your food and life online so far?
It's fun. There's a community, and most of the people who follow me and comment are really interested in what I'm doing, and it's nice to be able to educate people, help them with their journey.
It must be satisfying to get to share your, not just the information on like the science behind everything, but the creativity with your recipes.
Yeah, because maybe you didn't think about adding pork rinds to eggs and making a coating or a bread, or, you know, who would have thought? Who would have thought that heavy cream, powdered heavy cream and eggs and some baking powder could make bread? But it does, and it's good.
So if someone's watching this thinking, I could never do what she does, what would you tell them?
You can, you have to try. You will make lots of mistakes, but every journey starts with a first step. Don't be afraid to whip things up. You might make a disaster, but you might also create something really amazing.
And it's so nice that you share all your recipes, all your macros. There's no gatekeeping. It's just a community of people that want to be healthy and, you know, conscientious of their food choices and what they make for themselves and their families, and to get to follow the recipe might just be the easiest thing. So
Yeah, exactly.
if you can follow a recipe, you can
If
do
you can
it.
follow a recipe, you can do it. Yeah.
Sounds amazing. This has been great to get to know you a little more. Wilder of KetoWilder. Thank you, and keep whipping up all the deliciousness for us all.
Thank you.